Everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Christopher Hall Show. I'm excited to welcome to the program Dr. Christopher Hall. Dr. Christopher Hall, thank you for your service. It's great what you do at the emergency room, your book, all these different things, but we have a very inspiring guest, and not many people have heard from the champ in a while, and this is why we're here to do this interview. A lot of exciting things coming up, but we want to learn more about him as well. Dr. Hall, how are you?
Wow, well, I'm doing great, Neil, and I'm very excited, that we have a champion today on the show. So very excited.
Absolutely. Introduce our guest as people are seeing from the TV, but for radio purposes, go ahead and introduce our guest.
Wow. Well, no problem. Well, it's my honor to introduce a former Olympic medalist, a world heavyweight champion in boxing of the world, the only boxer to two-time. Yes, sir, champ. The only boxer to hold the titles in all four major sanctioning bodies in boxing. So, wow, I'm just so excited to welcome to the show, champ Riddick Bowe. Welcome to the show, Bowe.
Hey, good to see you. How's everything?
Awesome. We're doing fantastic. And already, Dr. Hall, we've already setting up a pro wrestling match up between Bowe and I, because, and Bowe, I'm a legitimate 6'10" and 300 pounds. So, yeah. How tall are you?
6'5".
6'5". Oh, we're going to have this match.
The battle of the heavyweights, man. The battle of
the heavyweights go after it for sure. All right, Dr. Hall, go with your first question for Bowe.
Wow, well, no problem. Well, we're so excited to have you on the show today, Bowe. And, just tell us a little bit about kind of like where you're from and how'd you get into boxing?
I'm from Brooklyn, New York. And I got into boxing because the teacher put a tape about Muhammad Ali one day. And I just fell in love with him. He said, come on, sucker. I did a dream. And ever since then, I've been in boxing.
And so did you know that this was something you really wanted to do? So you were a fan of Muhammad's then?
Well, I was a fan of Muhammad. Let me tell you what happened. There was a bully in class, and he said he liked Joe Frazier better. That was okay with me. But then he said Ali was a faggot. And I said, you must be talking about your mama.
Oh, my.
And we got the fight, man. And after the fight was over, the new champ was born. I was the new champ. And so he got expelled from the school, and the teacher asked me if I wanted to go to a gym. I said, absolutely. I've been in boxing ever since.
That's great story so far. Go ahead, Dr. Hall, next question.
Wow, it's just incredible. So tell us this, champ. Bowe, tell us a little about what was it like being in the Olympics and winning a medal?
Well, emulating Muhammad Ali, I guess it was, for me, being a kid, I really didn't realize what all that really meant. But I was just a kid having fun. And to get a silver medal for my country was the greatest thing in the world for me.
Yeah, it feels great, right? It feels like it's something that's so special to represent the United States, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's the greatest country in the world, man. And to be a silver medal or gold medal for my country, and I thought I died and went to heaven.
It's great to know that, because a lot of times we think of the professional story more than the amateur story, for sure. And that's a great part. And emulating Muhammad Ali in so many ways. Interesting. All right, Dr. Hall, next question. Yeah.
Wow, it's just exciting, to have a champ during this time. When we're trying to knock out COVID, we've got our champ here. So, Bowe, tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, I think that you had 33 knockouts. And, what was it like? I think you were the only man who knocked Evander Holyfield out. Tell us about that.
I was the first guy to knock him out. Well, me and Evander Holyfield used to be sparring partners. And I learned a lot from him. But I guess after we fought each other, I knew one day I would have to fight him. But I learned a lot from him. He's a great guy. Actually, we're pretty good friends. He's a good guy.
Interesting. Great. And I think that process of knocking people out, let's talk about how you do that, to make sure you prepare that you're like, this is the time to do the knockout. What did you think Bowe was your like, when to decide I'm going to knock them out? When did you have that feeling, I know it's going to be a knockout?
Well, walking to the ring, I know what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. Now, it's up to my opponent to figure out what I'm trying to do and to capitalize. If he doesn't do that, he's going to be in big trouble. He gets knocked out fast and early.
On professional wrestling, Bo, you're not gonna be able to do that because I can do a lot more in the ring than
Well,
you
see,
know.
I'm gonna surprise you. I know a little bit about wrestling. My brother used to love wrestling.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
I remember Andre Giant, TJ Strongbow,
Yeah.
Superfly, Jimmy Snooker. See, I knew wrestling before I knew boxing.
All right. Okay. And again, you're a giant among men, just like me. At 6'10", you're a legitimate 6'5". Do you think that helped a lot in the ring as a heavyweight to be the height you had in your reach?
Yeah, I think because a lot of guys really couldn't reach me. And if they did reach me, they were in the danger zone where I can hit them with an uppercut or a straight right hand. So I pretty much had the advantage all the way around.
All right, Dr. Hall, next question.
Oh yeah, no problem. No problem at all. So, wow. So, what kind of things, champ? I mean, to be a champion, I mean, you go through so many things to get to the top, and lots of young people listening to the show and watching it. And so, what would be your advice to these young men out here who want to get to the top of what field they're in? I mean, what do you think they should do? What kind of principles should they have, champ?
Well, I guess for the most part, you got to get yourself a good manager and make sure your manager's not a crook. I mean, sometimes you got to get another manager to watch him. But anyway, I think, if you run, do your push-ups, your sit-ups like you're supposed to, and eat the right things, you should be okay.
That's important. Training is such an important
Great.
thing, Bo, is training, right? If you don't prepare yourself, as you said, you were hitting the heavy bag before getting on this interview, that training is such an important thing to prepare yourself for the next event or the next part of life.
Absolutely. The running, the speed bag, because speed bag, really is really for your eyes to see them punches coming and what have you. But if you do the things you're supposed to, you'll be phenomenal when you have to do them. And so, my mother made me promise her that I was gonna do this thing right and pay attention, and so that's what I did.
Absolutely. So we're talking to Riddick Bowe here on the Dr. Christopher Hall Show and the Neil Haley Network. Dr. Hall, I think that you also believe how important training is, don't you, Dr. Hall?
Definitely. And, training and discipline and hard work and certainly listening to, your parents, just like the champ has said, just like Bo has said, how he listened to his mother. So, yeah, that's all very, very important to be successful.
Now, Bo has some big things coming up, I guess, that we're going to continue to talk about. Potentially, if you think I can make my comeback into the wrestling ring, but we have a lot to talk about today with the champ involving that. So for Bo, first of all, I hear that you're acting now. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. I wanted to act when I was a little kid, watching Bewitch and one of them other sitcoms. Um, I just fell in love with acting, but I just didn't know how to go about telling people I want to act and things of that nature. And if you take boxing, for instance, I was going into the Marine Corps. I was telling my mother every day, Mom, I'm gonna be a Marine. I told her so much, she was like, boy, shut up, be quiet. But as luck would have it, I got into boxing. I kind of forgot about the Marine Corps because of boxing, but I'm gonna have a lot of fun acting.
Right. And you have some certain projects going on right now. You said what project you're working on and acting right now? Gravesend?
Well,
Yeah.
Gravesend, we did that show. So I think that should be coming out pretty soon.
And you have some other stuff coming out that you can't say yet involving animated and all that stuff. So it's got to feel great, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't know it was so difficult because you gotta cut this. I mean, it's a lot more stuff that goes with it, not just acting.
Yeah.
Takes 3 hours to do one shot that's 4 or 5 seconds.
You have to pass the time, right? at times, figuring out, talking to guys, seeing different things on set and all those things. And Dr. Hall, just to kind of talk about that, when I would wait for a wrestling match, Dr. Hall, and I was a main event, I'd be waiting sometimes 3 or 4 hours backstage, kind of like what Bowe had to do in boxing, but the difference is doing the take over and over and over again, Dr. Hall.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, here's something that is big news. Bowe is making a comeback in boxing involving a celebrity boxing match. He cannot mention who he's going to fight, but is that true, Bowe?
Absolutely. It's true. And I think the fight is scheduled for, I think, February sometime. I'm going to have a lot of fun, and whoever I'm fighting, it ain't going to be too much fun for them.
Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. And you're preparing yourself already. You're already training for February, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Actually, maybe a half an hour ago, we just got finished training for the day.
That's awesome. And I think how excited are you to be getting back in the ring? It's got to be, you feel great.
I'm very excited. I love boxing. I haven't done it in 20 years, so I can't wait.
See, that sets us up, but we're going to talk also, you have a video game coming. You're going to be involved in the video game too, correct?
Yes, sir, 100%.
Awesome. All these unbelievable things are coming for the champ, Bowe. Dr. Hall, what question you have for him that I'm going to challenge him here on my show? I want him in the ring, but Dr. Hall, one more question for Bowe before I go and say how
you're going to take a whooping too.
Yeah.
You're going to take a whooping too.
No, I'm not taking a whooping.
You're going to be my new Joe Frazier.
Oh, no. Go ahead, Dr. Go ahead, Dr. Hall, with your last question for Bowe, and then I'm going to go and challenge him right here, because and we'll have to have the wrestling match wherever he's located, and we'll get the promoters involved and everything. Go ahead, Dr. Hall.
Well, no problem. I better get your corner, Neil. You might need a doctor, but anyway, I wanted to ask the champ. I wanted to ask Bowe. What was your most exciting a match like throughout your career? I mean, you had so many exciting matches, and what was the most exciting match for you?
The first one I would have to say, Evander Holyfield. He was smart in boxing, and he was very courageous. He took chances that you would think a guy his size wouldn't take. So I think also fight with him, it was fun. You didn't really know what was going to take place with him. But then the fight with who's that? Jorge Luis Gonzalez. He was predictable, so I just exposed him. I hit him with uppercuts, left hooks, right hand. He was just there for a little bit of everything. And plus, I was angry with him, so I'm just glad I didn't hurt him the way he couldn't recover.
Absolutely. Wow. See, Bowe, you're not going to be able to do that in the wrestling ring. I can amateur style at 6'10", 300 pounds, and I can also hit you with a choke slam.
I'm not the one you can slow when you can slam, though. How about that?
Yeah, okay. No, I'll hit you with the choke slam, maybe the big boot and my leg drop, or maybe I'll have to get the help from the doctor.
And let me ask you a question. You doing all that, what do you think I'm going to be doing?
I don't know. I'll be moving around you. Okay, and what age are you? What age are you, Bowe? And what age am I? I'm 48.
We about the same age, I see. We about the same age, okay.
Okay, 20 years out, you were out of the boxing ring. 20 years I've been out of the wrestling ring. So that's perfect. I retired at 29 years old in Bremen, Germany, and then went on to my entrepreneur career, my talk show host career. It's time to get back in the ring, and the only way is the spotlight needs to be on me, not you, Bowe. People will be cheering for me, not you.
Oh, but because they're familiar with wrestling, you probably know better than.
I don't know. I think they'll be cheering you, champ. Who knows? I was just playing on you. You got the millions and millions of fans. You're the champion. I'm just
in trouble then. I mean, you're going to be in trouble because I'm going to make the fans happy, man.
No, yeah, you make them happy, but I might have a secret. I might have a secret on my hands.
Yeah, I know what the secret is. I know what the secret is already. You're going to tap out.
Oh, I'm going to tap out. Oh, no. Okay, so we've announced it here first. We'll have to hear it more coming up. A match between the heavyweight champion of the world, Riddick Bowe, and the 7 foot tall, two-time heavyweight champion of the world, and the 7 foot giant, Big Neil, the real deal. So it's over. It's over because you're not gonna be able to take on a 7 footer and be able to beat.
7 foot giant is about to get dealt with. You about to get dealt with, man.
Okay, we'll see. We heard it first. You just gotta check out. You gotta check out social media to see it. Go ahead, Dr. Hall. Close up with summarizing the champion, two-time heavyweight champion, Riddick Bowe.
No problem, no problem. Wow, so it's just been an exciting session interview here with the champ. You know, he's told us about how he became the champ. He's told us about some custom boxing that are important in life. And so, wow, we're just very, very excited to have Bowe, the champ, come by today. Thanks, champ.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.
And guess what? We'll also know you're working on a book, but maybe you won't be there to have a book released because you'll be in the hospital after I take you out.
Absolutely not. Me and
I tell you. Okay, I'll tell you right now.
Don't get along.
Okay, we'll see. We're gonna see. You really think it? We'll get this contract signed and we'll have that match. I'll reach out to my promoters in pro wrestling and we'll make this happen. Because again, I need to have a real spotlight. Yeah. Okay. We will see. Okay, champ. We'll see you. All right. All right. That was all right, guys. That was the Dr. Christopher Hall Show. Take care.